Okay, thank you very much. Just if you wonder why we put the chair together and why we left so much space in between, is that for those of you who want, and that's always free, we're going to do a group hypnotherapy. So at the end, we're going to do this, and for that, actually, some people, me and some helpers that I have, Astuti and Yvonne, are going to test your arm catalepsy, but I will explain to you what it is and how it happens. And for that, it's easier if you're placed like this than if they can't actually pass between you. So that's that. So first, thank you for your trust and thank you for being here. As Astuti said, I have been in corporate world for over 20 years before I actually branch out. Why did I branch out? Because there was a time I could not be in the closet anymore. I was not sexually in the closet, but I was definitely energetically in the closet, in the sense that everything that was me or everything I was interested about was not something I was going to talk about in the bank. I was 8 years as a senior position in a bank. It was not something I was going to talk about in the watch industry, where I was also responsible for PR and communication. And I needed to live who I was. And I started working on myself because I wanted just to be who I was and feel okay about it. I knew in the bank that was part of me that liked the business card, that liked the money, that liked the facility, that liked actually the being part of the group. But there was a lot other side of me that were not actually fulfilled in that environment. I had a lot of fun. I was in event marketing, Helsinki, Art Basel, Verbier Festival, all of those things that you've heard about. I was there. It was nice. It was great. But it was not only me. So when I decided to move on, it was a crisis. And that's where a lot of the people come to me. Crisis. You hit a wall. Or you wonder, am I going to be able to do that job another 20 years? Or I'm hitting 40, 50, 30, 35. It doesn't matter what age. But there is a point where you say, is this how I want to spend my life, my energy? Does it make me happy? And I just discovered it didn't anymore. It did during a long time, but it didn't. So I started actually doing a lot of stuff. And I had this, encounter with a lot of methods. One of them was this channeling that I had for a long time, but I'd never, this gut feeling, this intuition where you know things you're not supposed to know, and you wonder how you know them. And I developed this, and I developed other things. And then I also encountered hypnosis, which I'm going to talk today. And why was I so fascinated by the combination and all of this? And I'm going to be specifically also talking about hypnosis. Those who know me know that I'm not a very patient person. I probably was last on the line when that was distributed. So I want it fast. I want it long-lasting, and I want it now. Not tomorrow, not in 3 weeks, not in 3 months. I want things to happen now. And that was what I discovered on myself about hypnosis. So, but who has been here during the presentation from Daniela? So, most of you. So, Daniela made a great introduction for me where she actually told you and showed you that the mind has got control over the body, and that at different level. What I found actually, you see the conscious brain activities and the subconscious brain activities. And who is in charge? We all believe we are fully in charge. Now think about the time where something happened to you and you lose control. But it could be a very subtle way. You think, somebody says something to you, and suddenly you reacted a way, and 5 minutes later you're like, why did I react that way? It's totally out of proportion. It's totally out of circumstances, but something did it to you. And this is exactly what Daniela showed you before. And she mentioned the 5. I have taken the 10. just to be a little bit more balanced, but 5 is also correct. So actually, studies show that, or fight between the 5 or 10%. The 5-10% that conscious brain activity, you decide what you want to do, when you want to do it. And 90% that things happen to you, that you do it actually unconsciously. And this is why actually hypnosis comes so good. So when I looked into the potential of people, or into people or their life actually where they are at the moment, if you take you today, I'm meaning your health, your success, your well-being, we can have a very simple formula. What is it equal to? Actually, it's equal to your potential. We all come with a certain potential, and we have more or less. Someone who can play better piano, somebody less or anything. But this is your potential. But your potential is actually diminished. Diminished by why? Disturbing factors. They are the one that you know yourself. Well, you know, if I'm 1.55 m, I may not be the best basketball player in the world. Those are your potential, your disturbing factor. They are one that are fixed. But there are also others that are actually in your mind. We all have been there. I mean, me, first one. How much time did it take me? You have seen this video that I did for Curious Course Day. It took me 2 months. 2 months to stand in front of this camera because I didn't like it. And we all have dreams, which actually we know we could, we know we are able to, but something is stopping us. And we don't even know a lot of time what. We call it fears, we call it restriction. And when you do that, if you want to increase who you are today, whether it's success, health, well-being, I mean, basically, this is what you get. And when you want to increase that one, well, there is two, it's mathematic, basically. You have 2 ways of doing it. Either you increase your potential, or you decrease your disturbing factors. And that, actually, that's where hypnosis comes very handy. Hypnosis can help you at both levels. So when you look at that, so hypnosis has been proven, and I'm just giving you the information now, but I will explain how and why. But that has been proven. Statistics has shown that it has proven successful in a lot of different fields. In the field where I say the potential is being increased, you know, about a lot of sports people use actually hypnosis. Who knows Michael Jordan? I guess we all more or less know him. Chicago Bulls. Well, they use before every single game. He used it first. He was the first one in the team. And of course, everyone else was like, yeah, hypnosis, yeah. And when they saw the result in him, now the team is using every single time before a game. They're using hypnosis. And it's about team building, motivation, dedication, actually self-confidence. The other proven success is all what is also physical. This is probably where I was the most surprised, where really things that doctor, we talked about the placebo effect or the nocebo effect. When a doctor tells you, yeah, you know, this is going to happen, they are the best hypnotizer in the world. You believe what they say to you. You know, when they tell you 3 months, well, you know what happens. Or when they tell you, well, this is not going to go away. And they can be great in telling you positive things, but sometimes they don't actually watch their language, unfortunately. And that is also an hypnotic stand, because you come there believing that he knows better than you. And that's the perfect, actually, recipe for what we call bewusst or wahr hypnose, which means an awakened hypnose, where somebody tells you and you just believe it 1-to-1. So when you look at this, you have like hay fever. Hay fever, you think, no, it's something physical. Well, I can promise you, I have a client that had hay fever for 45 years. She had 3 sessions, not 1, because after the first one, there was 80% of the symptoms that went away. But what we will look into it afterwards at how it works, we had to do a second session, and about 3 months later, the cause of what was related to her actually hay fever After 3 months, she had to come back because it started to scratch again in her throat. And it was just because it was linked to relationship with her ex-husband, which she met in the meantime again. So that was that. So now, hypnosis, you probably all have seen it. And when I actually Googled it, this is what I found. Which I'm thinking, if that's what I represent, I'm having a major issue. So this is what you see, and that's why I said today, yes, I could have done, this is what we call rapid hypnosis. You take somebody, you put them, and you just make them drop. But this is not what I do. What I do is therapeutical hypnosis. And this is hypnotherapy, is to use that stage of actually consciousness to help you grow, to help you develop something you want, to change something, to change that pattern. Like Daniela said, you know, it's another method that works with the subconscious, and this is where all the programming is being done. So, the definition, you have the Wikipedia definition, is a state of consciousness, it's focused attention, and it's also actually it increases the response to suggestions. And that's what I mentioned before, is actually you can just suggest and write over the program. What you can also do, which is what I do with the method that I use, you know, if you take a sheet of paper and you have, for example, a belief, which is, I'm not good enough. You can write 10,000 times on it, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, and there is a point where you won't see this, I'm not good enough. Well, there is a faster way to do, and the faster way is to erase first the I'm not good enough, and you can maybe write 5 or 6 times or 10 times I'm good enough, and that will also be there. So what happened, this is the method that I actually use, it's an Omni, and it's the bypass of the critical factor of the conscious mind and the establishment of acceptable selective thinking. And we will get to that, why it is selective and why it is acceptable, because one thing is sure, if you decide to prove me wrong, that you cannot go into hypnosis, I will not be able to prove you differently. Because you have the full power. You are able to decide, do I do it or I don't do it? Am I willing to actually be that way or be in that stage? Without your permission, at that level of being, I will not be able to do anything. And I'm not doing anything. Actually, I'm just proposing to you and you're taking the suggestion or you're not taking it. So, when we look what happened during a session, why introduction and medical history? Why the medical history? Because if somebody come into my practice and they are using actually beta-blockant, or they're using antidepressant, or they're using any kind of medicine that has got an effect on the emotional level, we work in hypnosis with emotion. If somebody on a scala from 0 to 10 is a 4 because he's got a beta-blockant, it's probably a 10 by somebody who's not taking any medicine. So I need to know this. I also need to know if they're going to have what we call an abreaction, which is like basically a blow-up. You know, they can have epilepsy crisis or anything if they are subject to this. So that's important. Then, introduction of hypnosis, question and answer. The only thing that will not allow you to go into hypnosis is fear. So during that moment where we have that discussion, I need to be able to make you feel so comfortable and that you have all the information about what is going to happen and what actually makes you fear. So you're fearless. And when you're fearless, we can work. We can work. Of course, there's going to be maybe a bit of apprehension, it's something new or anything, but fear is what blocks it. Apprehension is something, you know, something new. You taste something new, you taste a new plate, it's different. Then we do define goal and expectation. One of these things, okay, if you want to stop smoking, and you really want to stop smoking, we can probably achieve it in one session. That is most of the time. If you want it, if you don't want it, but your partner is telling you that you should, and you're feeling in yourself, yeah, no, it's not too bad. I mean, I like my cigarette, and this won't work. So this, and then the induction itself, which is the process in going down or going to that level of relaxation, which you will experience afterwards if you're willing to do it and follow the suggestions. And then the hypnotherapy itself. Hypnotherapy is the moment where we go into the past. We regress to the cause, which I will explain right afterwards. So, do I sleep during hypnosis? No, you don't sleep. You are actually in a state of consciousness that is way more aware. You are aware of what happened around you. You are aware of the noise. You will hear me. If I move in the chair or anything, you will hear me. You will have full control because you know all of this, but you decide. You consciously decide to focus, and that's the focus attention, but you don't sleep. So for people that are saying like, oh, what if I'm not waking up? Well, you can't not wake up, you're not asleep, so it doesn't work. So, do I do things again? Can I do things again my will? We have all seen the Bühne hypnosis, the stage hypnosis, where they bark like a dog or they do something stupid. That's why I decided not to do this today. It is actually, if somebody doesn't want to do it, they will not do it. But a lot of people are like, oh, it's cool to go on stage and this, and I listen to the suggestion. So nothing that is against your value, the way you want to do things, your belief system, you cannot go against actually who you truly are. If you are somebody that is, I would say, who believes that it's not okay to drink something, to drink alcohol for a religion reason, for example, and I would take you in hypnosis and actually try to make you drink, you will not do it because it goes against your value system. So there is no fear about this. Will you know all my secrets? Am I interested in all your secrets? I'm not sure. But I'm interested in understanding why you have the challenge that you came to see me. So, no, because once again, you are not unconscious, you are not sleeping, you can answer to me, and you can still decide if you want to not say something. I just always tell my client, I say, listen, of course, you are able to not tell me things. Now the question is, do you want to pay that amount of money and we're not getting the best result because you're hiding something that would help in the therapy? Well, your choice. I have clients that come and, they come about smoking. And when we discuss in the first hour, then we realize, the issue of drinking is more important than the issue of smoking. They can hide it, but we will not achieve the same results because smoking is not really a priority in their life. So now, do I know what happened? Yes, you're conscious, you remember. Some people remember more, some people remember less. I personally remember everything that I've done. Of course, I'm not selling something that I've never tried. So I've done a lot of hypnosis for me, and I remember everything. I would say that majority, you will remember 80–90% of the session. And what is not so important for you to keep, then you let go. Exactly the same, you have a conversation with a friend. Are you going to remember every word? No, because maybe it's not important. But you're going to remember what's the concept behind it. You're going to remember things that are important for you. So now, dangerous. No, it's not dangerous. It's again, every one of you knows hypnosis. Every one of you has been in that state of relaxation. You've been in that state right before you fall asleep and right before you wake up, because that is a state of hypnosis. You're all here, so I guess it was not dangerous. Now, You're not going anywhere. You're in the chair, you're here, you're now. You're not going anywhere, so there is no way you cannot come back. And the question that a lot of people, well, maybe I can't be hypnotized. Well, you have to have a certain level of intelligence, which means you need to understand what I'm saying. I guess then we can already say that the majority of the people have that. And the second thing is your willingness. Are you willing to do it? Do you want to do it, or you don't want to do it? If you don't want to do it, it's not about a can, it's about a want. Do I want to be hypnotized, or do I not want to be? Then if you don't want, I won't be able to. You won't go there. So that is what I wanted to say about the question. Is there any question about what I just mentioned now? Is there any other question that is fear-based question about, belief system about hypnosis? Yes?
You said it's in the state just before you go to sleep and just before you wake up, but you also said you're not asleep. You're in the 4 levels of sleep.
Yeah, you are in a level of relaxation. Before you fall asleep, you're not asleep. You are in full relaxation, in a muscular and mental relaxation. That's the base that you need to fall asleep. So you're not asleep. So that is actually equal to hypnosis. The same thing. You transition. I would say it's like a green light to the red light. You have you're in the full sleeping in the red, and then you go to the yellow, and that will be the yellow part, and then you're full awake. You do the same process in the other way around. Is that good for you? Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. So, now, and this is where it becomes interesting. Daniela has already spoken about it before. You have 3 levels of consciousness. You have the conscious mind. This is what's working now. You hear me, I talk, we understand each other, more or less, maybe. Sorry. But this is it's a short-term memory. You have the subconscious mind, which is the permanent memory. You could compare it to actually a camera that has filmed every single second of your life. Every single second of your life is in that memory. It's a permanent memory, it's a long-term. It's where you have all your actually schema, your belief system, your program, your fear or anything. That's all what there is. And then you have the unconscious mind, which is the automatic bodily function. The automatic bodily function is what was mentioned before. You don't think that your heart needs to beat, and you don't think you need to breathe, you don't think of all of those things or the bowel movement or whatever, but it happens. This is where it is. And when we work with hypnotherapy, this is where we work. This is where we work. Why? Because if I take the program, if I took the comparison of what computer is, you have your tastatur, how do you say that in English? Keyboard, you have your screen, that would be the conscious mind. You consciously tap on it, and you expect something to come on the screen. Well, if your program in your computer, your Word has got a virus, you can pull on the I, and you'll get a B. And this is exactly what happens. The conscious mind will be, your keyboard, and the subconscious mind will be your programming. So what do we do in hypnosis? What we do with the Omni, we go with the synopsis, that is all those shortcuts that is happening in the brain, and we go with R2C, which is for regress to cause. And regress to cause is actually where in your brain you have something that happened in your past that has created an emotional trigger. Every trigger that you have, every fear that you have, has been, everything that is not born with you has been created. You have learned. So when you have learned something, you can unlearn it. But you need for that to find the emotional trigger, the emotional link. And that's what we do with hypnosis. We go and find a regress. We go in that camera. We look at the film. We go back to where this trigger, emotional trigger happened, and we change that. When you change that, it's like a domino effect. You actually get all the system to work again. And that's when you are able to give new suggestion. Because as Daniela mentioned, your subconscious cannot make the difference between something that happened in the past or in the future. It's now. And when you change in the now, it changes in the past, it changes in the future, it changes. Because it has no sense of time. So you have this new programming, so what would happen? I mean, a lot of us will think, okay, that's great, I do suggestions, that goes in the subconscious, we've all tried. Okay, I'm gonna start my diet today. Well, I know I'm not gonna eat that cake, I'm not gonna eat that sugar anymore. You know in your mind, you know you're conscious. Well, what do you do at the end of the day? You have eaten your cake most of the time. And that's because it doesn't work like this. What happened is that between this conscious and subconscious, we had what we call a critical factor. This critical factor is like a bodyguard, a bouncer. And he says, well, suggestion, stop eating sugar. No, we have eaten sugar for 20 years now. It worked, it calmed our nerves, I feel comfortable with it. This is all the programming. Why would I change that? It's too much. This one is a bit lazy. It thinks, no, hey, this is going to take too much energy. This is not going to be comfortable. We have actually experienced it. No way. So what does he do? He actually rejects the suggestions. So with hypnosis, this is what we do. We put him actually on a pose. So he's got a break. We get in that stage of relaxation. This critical factor is not in charge anymore. We would say, I mean, I didn't find a picture where I see him sleeping, but that's more or less, he would be sleeping, we are not. And by doing this, what happened? Well, he is in charge of that block. And by taking that block, we can work directly in the subconscious. So then we can do suggestion. Suggestion can be words. They can be music. For example, for a team like the Chicago Bulls, you do suggestion that they will be great, that they will have the best game they ever have, that they will be the best. And what do? You use music. You use maybe a perfume, you use something. And what do you do within the game? You ask the guy to play that music over and over, or every 3 minutes, so that unconsciously, you have created a link, an anchor, that will allow those guys to link this music with all the suggestion you have given. And that's what we work also in the hypnosis. I work also with color, or with the breathing, or even if somebody has a perfume, we use that perfume, that every time they smell this perfume, this is the suggestion that we are having that will be great, and that can be so. So this is this. And now, if you're ready to try to experiment, we will try to have a few exercises and then to have an hypnosis. Please, what I ask you, it's free will. If you don't feel like doing it, that's fine. Please keep just your eyes open, because I'm going to have people that are going to help me to double check. Double check if you are deep enough. My suggestion will be about self-confidence, that yes, you can do it, and yes, you can actually feel good about yourself, and yes, you can achieve your goals. But we're going to do an exercise before. So for those of you that don't feel like doing it, that's fine, but just then keep your eyes open so that the helpers. At the beginning, it's just going to be an exercise to show you the power of the mind, and it's already going to be an exercise where you're going to be in a little bit of what we call a static hypnosis. So if I can ask you to uncross your legs, to put your feet on the floor, to let the mobile and everything away, please, because this is not good. So don't put your mobile on anything, because it's also actually, Daniela could have shown you, if you do that test with your mobile, you're going to see that your energy field has got no power. So that's why, I'm sorry, we call them cook eye, by putting here the mobile all the time. Not good for anyone, but anyway. So what I'll ask you is just put your hand like this, and just, you're going to be closing your eyes, and just take a deep breath in, And release. And again, take a deep breath in through your nose. And release. And a third times in. And release. And now I'm going to be asking you just one thing. Imagine that on your right hand, you're going to put both your hands in front of you, right and left in front of you. Just hold them up in front of you. Just hold them up in front of you, just at a level that is actually good for you. I mean flat, that'll be easier. And then when you have that, just hold them. Again, things on your right hand, just visualize it, just concentrate it on your right hand. You have like a balloon that is actually around your wrist. And this balloon is going bigger and bigger, and bigger and bigger. And you feel that this balloon is actually getting your hand higher and higher. It's so light. It's getting lighter and lighter, and lighter and lighter on your right hand. So light. And at the same time, on the left hand, you have a pile of books. They are so heavy. Your pile of books is so heavy. It's really something that is, it's like this dictionary, and you have 2, 3, 4 piles of books, and it's so much. It's something you realize it's so heavy, and the other one is so light and light and light, and just so light. And now you can open your eyes and look where your arms are. How is it? Some people have a very small difference. Look around at where you are. Where are you? Some are really high, some are really low. And some are still this because they need a little bit more time to feel comfortable with the technique, and that's okay. But this is how to show you. It's just a little thing. We're going to do something deeper now, but to show you the power of your mind. There was no balloon, there was no books, but your mind actually created a difference in your body just by this. So you see, if I was doing a show hypnosis, I would pick you, I would pick 1 or 2 others that had that difference, because that means that you follow very well the instruction, and you're very suggestible, and I could actually get you straight down. But this is not what we are here for. And now, if you are happy with this, and you feel comfortable, we're going to go a little bit deeper this time. And then this time I'm going to do this, what we call this self-confidence suggestion. So that will be giving you a taste of what is hypnosis therapy without doing the therapy, because for that I would be speaking to you individually and getting back answers so we could go in the past. So we don't do any regression here. But what I'll do is going to pump you up a little bit, maybe not too much so you can still sleep tonight, but that you can have tomorrow. And if you want to make any changes in your life, then you can do it. So if you're happy to do that, please close your eyes. If you don't feel like doing it, please keep your eyes open so that everyone that is going to be helping me afterwards knows. Because what will happen is we need to check your catalepsy, which means your relaxation stage. And for that, they need to make a test with your wrists. So they will just test it, that is completely relaxed. Okay, so please close your eyes. Again, please, your arm not crossed. Put it simply your hand on your laps. That will be the best and easiest way. So I'm asking you now to take a deep breath in and breathe out. And now concentrate yourself. Concentrate yourself on the muscle around your eyes. Concentrate on those muscles, and you feel and sense that those muscles are becoming actually heavier and heavier. You feel that they are relaxing, that all the tension that are around your eyes are being released. You decide mentally that you're going to be relaxing your eyes and all the muscle around your eyes. And when you feel that this actually tension are all gone, you're going to extend those tension out of your body. Let go of all the tension in your body as much as you can right now. Place your awareness back on your eyes. And let those tension around your muscle, around your eyes, just listen. And you you sense and feel how your eyes are becoming more and more relaxed, more and more relaxed. Let those muscles be completely relaxed. And when you know that your muscles are so relaxed that you won't be able to move or open your eyes anymore, you know that it's only a question of wanting. You are able to do it. And when you are willing to do this, then just test if those eyes can still open or not. Just test for 1 or 2 seconds and then stop testing. And when you're completely sure that your eyes cannot open, then relax more. That will be the signal for you to go even deeper into this relaxation state, to be deeper in letting go all the tension that you have in your body. And now, I want you to expand that relaxation, the relaxation you felt in your eyes, in the muscle around your eyes. You expand that relaxation at all in your body. In all muscle of your body, you expand it. And even though you may not know how to do it, your subconscious knows. So just let it happen. Just let it happen. It is very easy for you to do it. For those of you that meditate, it's really a state and a stage that you know. And for those that are new, it's something easy to do. Just follow the instruction. It's easy for you. And now, I'm just going to ask you to double your relaxation. I'm going to count from 10 to 1. And every time I give a number, you're going to double your relaxation. So 10. And double your relaxation. And 9, double. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. You're just so relaxed right now. Now we're going to even double those relaxation. What you have achieved right now, we're going to double it. I'm going to ask you in a few seconds to just shortly, without focusing, just open your eyes. In a few seconds, not right now. Just open your eyes quickly and close them quickly again. It will be the signal for you to go double into your relaxation again. So just open your eyes for a second and close it again. And with that, this is a signal for you to go deeper, deeper in this relaxation, further and further, further and further, deeper and deeper in that state of relaxation. And you can again double this, this physical relaxation. You can double this relaxation. Again, in a few seconds, I'm going to ask you to open your eyes and close them again. And when you close them, this is going to be the signal for your subconscious to go even double so deep as before. So open your eyes just a second and then close it again. And you go deeper in that stage of relaxation. You do it wonderfully. That's great. And now I'm going to ask you again for the 3rd time, and that's going to be the last time, to open shortly your eyes and then close it. And again, double your relaxation. Just open your eyes closely and close again and double your relaxation. You're doing it wonderfully. And now, just continue to actually breathe calmly and go deeper and deeper. And I am going to be coming in a few seconds, and somebody else are going to be coming to you, and everyone is going to be on the left hand. They're going to be actually taking your left wrist for a few centimeters. Don't help them, don't help me. We're just going to be dropping your hand, and this is going to be the signal for you to go again double so deep and as what you have been doing now. You are not helping, because if you were helping, you would have actually to release this complete relaxation. What you're doing is just actually letting happen. So don't freak out. Somebody's just going to come and just check his relaxation. You're doing very well. You're all doing very well. You just go deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper in this level of relaxation. Don't help. And everyone that I've touched is going deeper again. Whatever is being tested is going deeper. You're doing very well, very well. Just going deeper. With every breath that you're taking, you're going deeper. deeper more in this level of relaxation. Just relax, you're fine. Just relax more. With each breath, you're going deeper in that relaxation, deeper in that level where all what you want to achieve, the self-confidence that we're going to do in a few seconds, is going to be easy for you. Just relax and be. You're very well. Just relax and go deeper. Don't help, just relax and go deeper. You know it's fine for you. Just let it go of the control. You don't need to be in control. There is nothing to be scared of here. You're doing very well. Just relax. Just relax in that stage you are doing. Just relax. Just stay. Don't help. Just relax. You're doing very well. Just go, and with each breath that you're taking, you're just going deeper and deeper. This is perfect. You're going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. This is that. Let go of the control. You don't need the control. There is nothing. You're doing very well. So just with each step, you're going very well. You're going down. You're going deeper in that level. And that is the perfect physical relaxation. You've achieved that state of relaxation that is easy for you. And just go deeper. With each breath, you're going deep and deep. And that is the stage of physical relaxation. There is another stage, which is the mental relaxation. And the mental relaxation is even easier and faster than the physical relaxation. This you can achieve easily. You have achieved now and shown and proven that you can achieve this sense of relaxation in the body. It's now we're going to do it the mental. And this is faster and easier to achieve. In a few minutes, I'm going to count from 100 backwards. With each number that I'm saying, you're going to double your mental relaxation. In each number that I'm going to say, you're going to double your mental relaxation. And when you do this, you're going to actually let go of all those numbers. They're going to disappear. They're going to be erased. They're going to get out of your mind. You're not going to want anyone to be around. They are all gone. It's all gone out of your mind. They're going to be erased, disappear. And that is the mental relaxation. So 100, double your mental relaxation. Just go deeper and double your mental relaxation. 99. You're doubling your mental relaxation. You're going deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed. 98. You are doubling your mental relaxation. 98, 97, and doubling, and you're feeling more and more comfortable. And now you let go all those thinking about this number or anything. You're letting go of everything. Everything disappears. You can even imagine that if there is anything there, you can imagine there is like an eraser that is taking everything away. And this is the stage. This is the stage where you can actually create everything new in your life. You're going down at that level, and at that level, changes can happen. This is the stage of hypnosis. This is a stage of that subconscious level where all changes can happen. And the changes can happen fast. And now I'm going to ask you to listen to my suggestion, to listen to what is happening, to listen to what you can. And as of now, as of today, as of here and now, you are able to achieve your dreams. As of here and now, you feel comfortable with yourself. You know who you are. You know how you are. You know how you feel. You feel yourself. You feel in yourself. You have the power. You have the energy. You have the dedication to change what you want to change in your life. You feel self-confident. You feel that it is growing in you. You can imagine it is like a little flame in you, and you feel this self-confidence. It's growing and growing. From this little flame, it's becoming like a fire. It's becoming a fire that is going bigger and bigger, and you feel it, you sense it. You sense it and feel it in all your cells. You feel and sense this growing and growing. You feel and sense as yes, I can. And in your head, you know you can. And you can, in the state of hypnosis, repeat after me, Yes, I can. Repeat after me. Yes, I can. Yes, 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 yes. I know the power of the yes, and I know I can. I can do it. I know I can. I can change what I want to change in my life. I can feel good about myself as of today. This is what I feel. I feel good about myself. I know that changes is possible. As of here and now, I know. And yes is the word for me. And every time I breathe in, every time you breathe in, you're going to feel this yes. Every time that you consciously breathe in, you're going to feel this power that is coming back to you. I want you to feel that energy of change, that energy of self-confidence, that energy that knows that you can make those changes, you can make them now, and they will help you. As of now, you're able to feel more in alignment with yourself, to feel better about yourself. You feel it. It's growing. It's growing. It's like a fire inside, a fire of passion, a fire of curiosity. You're going to take actually the next step to make the change in your life that you have wanted to do until so much. You know what your passion, and if you don't know what your passion is, as of now, it's going to be concreter and clearer in which direction you want to go. You're going to take those steps, and you're going to feel comfortable taking them. You're going to feel comfortable about changes. You're going to feel comfortable about yourself. This is what is going to happen to you as of now. And I'm going to take you back slowly, and please follow my suggestion. Please do not open your eyes before I ask you to do so. Please follow actually the steps. I need to take you back slowly, so take a deep breath in and release again. And take again a third deep breath in. And release. And I'm going to count from 1 to 5 and bring you actually in here and now. And 2, take a deep breath in again. And release. And you can start to move a little bit your finger. And 3, a deep breath in. And you can move a little bit more. And you know that with each breath that you're taking, the self-confidence is growing in you, this fire is growing, your passion is growing, you are more clear about what you want to do, where you want to go. You feel confident that you will achieve what you want to achieve. This is actually what you are getting. And you're getting energy in here and now to have more dedication, to make those changes, to take the first step in a new direction. Okay, 4, take a deep breath in. And by 5, and when I say 5, but not right now, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to be full of energy. You're going to be here, back in here and now. And 5, open your eyes, full of energy. And yes, please with me. Yes, I can. And thank you very, very much. And I'm going to the last word to Carl Jung. I'm not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Thank you.